Hello and welcome or welcome back to the stream. Yeah, I did a 2-hour stream, I think about 2 o'clock today. And yeah, so this is the second stream for the day. I have hives all over my arms. I just took an antihistamine. Oh. All right. I'm kind of out of it today, to be honest. A little bit out of it. All right, I'll just open up New York Times, games. Whoa. Something behind me. I don't know. I was watching ghost stories today. So if I look behind me, it's probably because I think there's something in my room. Well, Alright, let's do the spelling bee, which is American spelling, so not correct anyway, but I don't know, try. Alright, we have the letters T, X, A, B, L, and Y, and we have to use the letter I. I see the word labia. Oh wait, I wrote it twice. You also immediately saw labia? Well, I think it just means lips. It doesn't even necessarily mean downstairs lips. I think it just means, like, because the lines that you have that go from your nose, like, to the corners of your mouth, that women are always, like, trying to get surgery to get rid of, even though newborn babies have them. Those are called nasolabial folds. And they're, like, on your face. So I'm pretty sure that it just means lips. Anyway. You say that, but you still... Oh, if you Google labia, like, probably, you know, it's enough to get you fired from your job if you do that in the workplace. I mean, it's definitely not going... But I think, like, it's Latin's, like, it's, the etymology is lips. But, yeah, it's definitely mostly used for, the female downstairs region, I would say. Tibia? Like the bone? There's a bone called a tibia, right? Yeah, there is. Labial with an L. Yeah, that's definitely a word. Oh, we finished the game. There you go. Play with a free account. Friendly and pleasant. Wouldn't know. That concept is foreign to me. Irritatingly self-important. Cheerleaders' accessories. Are those pom-poms? I think so. Barely something out a living. Three letters. Amiable? Amiable? Let's see. Oh, helps if I put it in the right place. It's like a freaking keyboard. Hang on. Oh yeah, that fits. Cool. We haven't decided yet on schedules. Radio exposure for a song. Something of two evils. Lesser? Lesser of two evils? Pancake mix ingredient. Egg? I guess. Challenge to court ruling is an appeal. Dodges slugger belts. Deeply involve oneself in. Smartphone download is an app. Oh, immerse. Yeah, that works. A legal copy is a bootleg. Kind of support for the lower back. Lumbar? Lumbar support? How do you spell that? Is that a U or an E? Lumbar. They're American. Well, how would they spell it? Probably gonna write lumber like as in wood. I don't know. I'm too dyslexic for this. Pompous. This is pompous. Irritatingly self-important. Pompous. Oh, they spell that with a U. Why do they spell pompous with a U, but they leave it out of everything else? That's so weird. Freaking find a convention, spelling convention, and stick to it, you freaking weirdos. Oh, this is airplay. Radio exposure for a song is airplay. I always do that. No. Play. When the word has a U in French, they keep it. When it has a U in English, they dispose it. Yeah, it's very, very strange. They also have silent H's or H's a lot in words too. Like they'll say like, instead of saying like homage, they'll say homage, and they'll say herb instead of herb. It's like so try hard. Like imagine like, okay, I get not liking the English, whatever. Like I don't really care. But then to like choose the French version over the English version, that's stupid. Like the language is English. If you don't want to speak English, like that's fine. But yeah, definitely like there's a reason why like most countries think the French are the worst people. That's like something that like universally people can just like bond over is like, you know, the dislike of the French. I feel like. All right, I'm never going to get whatever this is. Dodgers Slugger Belt. Now, I think that Dodgers are a baseball team. A baseball, like I call it, it's American cricket, right? Baseball is American cricket. Like, they have innings, they have a bat, they have a ball. I don't know. Mookie? You don't know what a Mookie is, but it's Mookie. Well, thank you for the help in brackets. Oh wow. Mookie, that sounds like some type of sexual fluid. I don't know. Mookie sounds like something that someone got all over their bedspread that they shouldn't have. I don't know. It just sounds wrong. It sounds weird. Why? Alright, it's connections time. Oh, because eek is the other word. Is eek a word? Is that in the dictionary? I'm going to look it up. I don't think it's going to be in the Oxford Dictionary or the Macquarie Dictionary. I feel like that is not a word. Dictionary.com. Oxford Languages. Mentions 1800. Okay, I stand corrected. I don't know. It just seems very yeah, I mean, there you go. All right, so connections, the rules are 16 words. There's 4 categories. We don't know what the categories are, so we have to find 4 words that might like constitute a theme or a category or something. Yeah, it seems like a fossil word because it had a graph and it had like it had the usage going back to 1800. So, I mean, that's almost as long as Europeans have been in Australia, really. So, oh. Our words are yield, syrup, ghost, dad, Casper, twilight, fruit, muffin, maze, let me in, silk, inside, product, knock knock, return, practical. Okay, Twilight and Casper are both movies. Let me in, knock knock, they might be together somehow. I don't know. Yeah, bug it if I know, really. Yield, product, fruit, and return. What's the theme? I guess we'll find out if it's right. Yield, product, fruit, return. Oh, okay. So, outcomes of labor. Fruit of labor, return on labor. Yield. Yeah, that makes sense. There you go. It's financial. Well, I don't have enough money to worry about about that type of thing. Knock knock, dad, practical and inside. Oh, types of jokes. Yeah, that works. Dad jokes. Knock knock jokes. Practical jokes and inside jokes. Oh. Ghost, Casper, Let Me In, and Twilight are movies. Yeah, I was thinking of Casper and Twilight, but I didn't. No. Didn't I mention Ghost just before? Yeah, Ghost is the movie with Demi Moore and Patrick Swayze, isn't it? Pretty sure. That's the one with like the that like pottery scene. There we go. And the others were to do with corn. I always thought like maize, that type of maize was spelt differently than the other maize. But don't really know. It doesn't really come up that often. Because we just call it like cornflower, I think. Oh, it's a pun? Okay. Makes sense. Wow, 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 wow. Well, that went quickly. We've got some smart people in chat. That always helps to make it go fast. I honestly just woke up. I streamed earlier, and then I had a nap, and then I woke up covered in hives, itching. Apparently neo-Nazis are marching through Melbourne 2 hours ago. It's dark in the video. Oh, I suppose it's getting dark at 5-ish. It's winter. I guess one of them's blonde. I guess he counts as Aryan, right? I don't know.
Australia, it's becoming...
Hang on. Oh, I've seen those corn mazes on TV. I've seen the corn mazes on TV, I think. Or like in a movie. Actually, was it in what's that show? Parks and Recreation. I think they had a maze. I think they made a maze out of like a cornfield. I think that was where I saw it. I don't know. I haven't watched many contemporary TV shows. I kind of just watch old ones. Let me try again. Neo-Nazis march through Melbourne, apparently. Yeah, that's bizarre, but anyway. Sounds like a weird sentence.
Good evening. 100 neo-Nazis hiding behind black masks have marched through the Burke Street Mall, spouting hate and threatening violence. Powerless police could do little but follow the white supremacists who've declared Melbourne is becoming the Nazi capital of Australia. Crime reporter Gillian Lantouris.
Melbourne CBD at midnight, mirroring a bygone...
Okay, so that must have been last night. Huh. What the fuck? That's honest, like that's actually just bizarre.
era. White supremacists take over the Burke Street Mall, in their own words.
People say that Melbourne is the left-wing capital of Australia. It's becoming the Nazi capital of Australia.
Sadly, Victoria has become the hate state.
One man enjoying a night out had his phone smashed out of his hands.
It's not a peaceful protest at all.
Are Slavs considered white now, or do I need to worry? Honest question. I have green eyes, and my brothers have blonde hair and blue eyes, but I have like really dark hair. That's actually terrifying. I'm an honorary white? Well, yeah, because I'm like 75. I have three Slavic grandparents and an Irish grandparent, and I think all of those aren't considered, you know, the right kind of white. Although people can never pick what ethnicity I am. Whenever I'm in like Europe, people just assume I'm from the country that I'm in. It's very strange, but yeah, green eyes. I have very pale skin, very, very pale skin and green eyes, but yeah, I don't know. Look, there's I feel like modern day politics either pushes people really far right or really far left. People have ended up in these online echo chambers, whether it's, you know, one way or the other. People are being radicalized, and it's just really... The guy speaking in front of the Aussie flag was Joel Davis. Yeah, it's don't know, I guess I'll watch the video.
While a 26-year-old was taken to the Royal Melbourne Hospital after spitting at the masked men before he was bashed.
I had an English backpacker. He came up to me. He's like, "Oh, you know, it's my first night out here. Is it normal for there to be Nazis walking around?"
Police
Nah.
powerless, following the crowd through the heart of the city. The far-right group posting this video shortly after.
The police.
I wonder how many of their granddads and their great-granddads like fought against actual Nazis.
Just had to accept our presence. They just simply have to accept the fact that we want to march and that we will march.
To see last night police pretty much having to chaperone the protesters because they can't arrest them. What's that about?
The group is spearheaded by neo-Nazi Thomas Sewell. They spent the night at the Phoenix Caravan Park in...
Well, if they didn't break any laws, like, what are you supposed to arrest them for? Like, that's the thing. Like, I guess it falls under, you know, political speech. I mean, we do have implied free speech in Australia. That would be the whole NSN mobilizing from across the country to rally in Melbourne. Victoria alone doesn't have that many NSN numbers. Yeah, I'm sure ACES, ACO, the AFP know exactly how many of them there are and exactly where they are. They're probably, half the members are probably feds, to be honest. I wouldn't be surprised if a good number of the people marching were actually feds. They tend to be pretty good at embedding themselves in those type of organizations.
Milan, a journalist and a photographer were allegedly attacked before the group picked up other members in Bacchus Marsh ahead of their national conference, where they were greeted with fierce opposition.
They're not nice people. We let them know that we know that.
The Premier condemning the group. Nazis don't belong in this country and they know it. That's why they hide behind masks in the dark. We're not afraid of these goons, but we will not tolerate them either.
We don't need to wait for another Christchurch to happen in our city to take this growing threat seriously.
While no arrests were made last night, Victoria Police says it respects the right to protest. However, racist, anti-Semitic or hate-based behaviour is not tolerated.
I call on the Premier and the Prime Minister to outlaw any neo-Nazi and white supremacist organisations operating in this country.
Wait, hang on, Hyperbovian. A guy you used to play poker with is in there. But if memory serves, you're not white, Hyperbovian, aren't you? Pacific Islander? I think you said you were Fijian. did he seem to have like issue with you when you were, I assume you were probably at a mate's poker game or something, or was he cool with you being there? That would be, you're Fijian Indian?
They're organising a group of people to target individuals because of their background, and that should be illegal.
You think it's a combination of meth and Facebook? I think most of these people have been radicalized. It's the same as the people that are like so far left that they hate everybody that's, you know, slightly right of like Stalin. It's exactly the same thing. You know, you can agree with them. Like, you can agree with leftists on like 99% of things, but they'll call you a bigot for the 1% that you think that, you know, that you think is probably going a bit too far or whatever. It's yeah, it's really scary how divided Australia has become, and how we've kind of like imported this very American-esque culture war. It's like, it's not like I don't know. I've got mates that vote Liberal. Like, I don't vote Liberal. You know, I was brought up by a staunch unionist, and you know, I always kind of grew up around you know, a lot of like CFMEU delegates and a lot of MUA guys, and those were the blokes that like my dad, you know, went to barbecues with, and the guys that I would go fishing with and stuff like that when I was a kid. And you know, so I guess I kind of grew up around that. But like, I've got friends that have completely different political views to me, and you know, we're just respectful about it, and we just go, all right, dickhead, and then, you know, chuck us another beer. Like, it doesn't have to be that deep. It doesn't have to, you don't have to let these ideologies consume you and twist you and turn you into some kind of hateful freak. It's just like basically what it comes down to with me and a lot of my friends that, you know, maybe will vote Liberal or maybe vote Nationals because they're from the bush, is they just have different views on fiscal management of like, you know, they seem to be under the impression that the Liberal Party are better fiscal managers. And like, I don't have time to I'm not going to tell you who to vote for like you're a little baby. You've got Google, you can find out yourself. Like, I don't know, political discourse has just gone so insane. And it seems to be a global thing. It definitely seems to be a global phenomenon of people just, I don't know if it's, like, yeah, a lot of people just don't seem to go out and socialize. There seem to be a lot of young people that don't have any mates, and they just stay at home and have their online communities and have all that type of stuff. I say as I'm streaming, but you know, I have friends. I'm just too sick to hang out with them. That's the issue. But I'm like, I don't allow myself to sit there in the dark on the computer and like seethe and, you know. Yeah, it's such a weird political climate at the moment.
Gillian Lantouris is at State Parliament. Jill, the Premier says anti-vilification laws are coming.
Yes, Pete, they have passed in Parliament and will come into effect next month, meaning it will be a crime to incite hatred or threaten physical violence against someone just due to their background. But in December last year, the Premier came forward and said she would strengthen protest laws. She wants to abolish wearing face coverings or balaclavas during protests, which would mean police would have more power to arrest people like we saw last night. They all had their face covered, but this was 8 months ago and still...
You think political discourse has shifted because the foundations of liberalism have been undermined so much? Yeah, I know what you mean. I know you mean like liberal as in like the dictionary definition of liberal, not as in like neoliberal. As in the liberal party. But yeah, it's yeah, it's definitely really insane, because I think what used to be considered like, you know, left of center 20 years ago is now considered like centrist or even right of center now. It's I don't know. Yeah, the Overton window's just been smashed. Like, it doesn't make, I don't know, it's just very bizarre. Very bizarre.
No change. This hasn't been debated in Parliament yet. The state government says this will be debated by the end of the year, but there's certainly mounting pressure on the state government to act faster. Pete?
Okay, thank you, Gillian Lantouris at State Parliament.
Go away, mushroom lady. I'm gonna have all spooky stories coming up because I did like a spooky stream earlier in the day. Sorry, I didn't prep any stuff. I was sleeping. Would I want to see protest laws changed? Well, yeah, I understand. I 100% understand why people feel disenfranchised. People don't have much recourse in the current political climate. Well, I would agree with that. I would agree with that. I just don't really... I just don't really see how... What am I trying to say? Gina Reinhardt, on the other hand, must be feeling very enfranchised at the moment, and Rupert Murdoch too. Well, yeah. If you've got money, you can essentially do whatever you want. If you make political donations, you know, that's definitely one way to have a lot of sway in politics, that's for sure. It's yeah. Like even just like potentially 2 or 3 generations not being able to own property ever is there's people that work full time that are living in parks at the moment. There's a tent in the park across the road from where I live at the moment. Like, somebody is sleeping in a tent in winter in Melbourne. And it's even worse, like in the CBD. It's insane. It's absolutely insane. And, you know, we haven't been building social housing. Supply of housing hasn't been keeping up. We've also been bringing in, you know, a lot of people from overseas on visas. And it's like, when, you know, Australians can't find housing, it's just really untenable. I can understand why people, yeah, trying to keep up with cost of living on the way wages are at the moment is, yeah, it's hard. It's hard out there. Like, personally, I'm a social worker, so I don't make bad money by any means. Like, I'm not complaining about how much money I make. But for me, it's like, I really am not well enough to be working full time. But the pension, the disability pension, which I would qualify for because of how sick I am. And, you know, it's a long-term permanent disability to have SLE, rheumatoid arthritis. They're both, you know, pretty debilitating diseases. And the disability pension is like $29,000 a year. Like, how am I supposed to keep a roof over my head and feed myself on that? Like, that's scary. Things have just like spiraled out of control. It's scary. Unironically, recruitment organizations have ruined the labor force in this country, suppressing wages and working with immigration lawyers to scalp jobs to foreigners and get a low rate worker. Well, yeah, like this is the other thing, right? When people start getting resentful about people coming in, you know, people think it's like the whole redneck, like, oh, they're stealing our gerbs, but it's got, you know, it's got nothing to do with the ethnicity of the people coming and stealing the job. The fact of the matter is, like, a lot of kids were told in high school, like, there's a skill shortage in this field, that field, blah, 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 blah. So kids have studied, they've worked really hard to get into university or get into some type of training to go into a job where there's these supposed shortages. They get out, they accrue all this HECS debt. And HECS has gone up too in a lot of disciplines as well. I think like the only ones that haven't gone up are like STEM degrees, but everything else has like gone up, right? And that, you know, they're told this and that and the other, but instead they bring a bunch of people from overseas. And so there's all these qualified people, you know, having to do menial jobs for minimum wage when, you know, they have degrees, they have first class honors, then they go and get a master's, which costs, you know, $40,000 at a lot of universities, and they go and do that, and they still can't get a job. So now, you know, they've got a good, what, like $60,000-$70,000 worth of HECS debt, and you know, they're stacking shelves and they're, you know, making coffee and they're pulling beers, and it's like, what? SLE is a heck of a thing. Could you imagine what it would be like trying to manage that if I were homeless? Well, yeah, I don't want to imagine what it would be like if I were homeless. Right now, I just do my best to keep it together. The MAGA podcast is right about Epstein. Well, apparently an ex-US intelligence agency has lifted the lid on top secret base in Australia. I assume they're talking about Pine Gap. Might be interesting. Let's have a gander, a propaganda.
Today, Australia is a strategic liability because of the waning capabilities that we have. We have not manned and equipped and sustained our military, our ADF.
Across more than 80 years, Australia grew comfortable with one great security ally. Now, just this year, the relationship that seemed to protect us is under stress. The issue? What's gone wrong in our relations with the United States? And what do we do now?
Trump is just verbalizing how the US feels about us. They've never had any respect for us. They've never had any respect for us. He's just, he just doesn't have the temperament to be a diplomatic. They've all, like, there's unclassified documents where you can see the stuff that they say about us. They just think like we're their little bitches, we're their little lapdogs. Fucking dickheads.
Who better to untangle knots in the US-Australia alliance than a dual citizen? One who spent his working life rising through two disciplines right at the sharp end of the relationship.
Don't trust him. You can't serve two masters. Get rid of him.
The military. He's a long-time Special Forces soldier and brigade commander. And intelligence. He's a spook who rose to the most...
I read that as he's a sook. I was like, well, sure. He's in touch with his feelings. We do like a new age sensitive man.
Senior rung of American Defense Intelligence. Today, John Powers is tackling the issue.
John Powers, thank you for joining the issue. Give us a quick summary of your career.
Well, before I started my career, Jim, I'd first like to point out that I am an Australian.
No, you're not. That accent doesn't say that you're an Aussie. No. Look, I don't care what ethnicity you are. I'm from Western Sydney. Most of my mates are white. But You have to have the accent, and you have to have the sense of humor. So I don't know. I'll see how good you are at paying people out, but so far strike one against you. Let's go. Let's continue.
The accent. I became an Australian, and my wife and I in 2019.
Oh, in 2019. Okay. Who sticks to you?
And we're dual citizens, but Australia's home. We feel very fortunate to be Australian citizens.
How does a long-serving Yank become an Aussie? What happened?
Well, I'm not certain if it's directly attributed to him, but I've been told Banjo Patterson once said that home's not where you're born, it's where you want to die. And whether Banjo Patterson said it or...
He also said Waltzing Matilda, who bloody killed her, lying on the grass with a finger up her ass. But, you know, I believe those are the correct lyrics. If, Granville Public School taught me the correct lyrics on the playground.
Not, I'm gonna pin it on him. We fell in love with the country.
Let's see how much Vegemite he spreads on his toast. Yeah, that's a good measure, I reckon. What I really used to like when I was in primary school is my Leb friends used to bring like Lebanese bread with Vegemite on it to school, like rolled up. Cause like they didn't like use sandwich bread, they used obviously Lebanese bread with like butter and Vegemite like rolled up. It was amazing. It was like, I really like that.
But more importantly, the people and its values and its mores really touched our souls. Now, this is where we hope to die.
Great to have you, John.
Thank you.
You are a Special Forces soldier turned intelligence officer and senior in intelligence, fair?
Yes, yeah. I spent the majority of my career in the intelligence, both in the United States military, a lot of time doing special operations, a lot of Fort Bragg time, and which is where our airborne and special forces headquarters are. But I also had many opportunities to work overseas. Throughout my career, I did a total of 13 different deployments to some of the garden spots that the U.S. was involved in. Everything from Grenada to
Here I am at Camp Grenada.
And then retired after a career of about 22 years and immediately went into the United States intelligence community where I served in various roles in Washington, D.C. and overseas.
ASIO boss Mike Burgess said last week,
nation states are spying at unprecedented levels and with unprecedented sophistication. You would be genuinely shocked by the number and names of countries trying to steal our secrets.
If we knew some of the countries that are trying to steal our secrets, we'd be shocked. Would we be?
Oh, yeah, I think so. I heard Director Burgess say that, and I sort of got a giggle as a professional intelligence officer.
What were you laughing at?
Well, because at least from an intelligence officer's perspective, he was talking about foreign interference. Well, intelligence officers, I can remember when I was a young officer, just getting into this business, former DCI of U.S. intelligence, which is back in the day was the director of CIA, once made a statement that there are intelligence organizations that we're friendly with, but there's no friendly intelligence organization. Even here when I was in Australia as a senior defense intelligence officer, now I wasn't trying to manipulate or to interfere with anything Australia was doing, but I was.
Likely story. We don't believe you. You look shifty. He looks shifty. I don't trust him.
Trying to influence things. That's what intelligence officers.
So you were. You're just using synonyms. That's just a synonym. Okay, my brain's gone. That is just a synonym. There we go. Got it.
Do. That's what State Department folks do.
Even if you're a
I wasn't trying to manipulate things. I was just trying to influence things. That's the same thing. I wasn't trying to hit you. I was just trying to induce blunt force trauma with my hand. Like, what the fuck? It may be dangerous to be America's enemy, but to be America's friend is fatal. Henry Kissinger. Oh, that man was so evil. That man was so incredibly evil.
America, even if you're in Five Eyes.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I would be shocked if the men and women that are serving in either ASIO or some of our other organizations from Australia.
They're not ours. Just because you got a piece of paper doesn't mean you're one of us. Not one of us. Not one of us. Not one of us. Let's see you scull a beer. Let's see you scull a beer. Come on. I don't believe you. I don't believe you.
Weren't trying to do the same bloody thing. That's what you do. But there is a difference between influencing and interference. And I think that's what Director Burgess was getting at. But even if you think about it, when you're influencing something, you're attempting to interfere with a decision or a policy so that it serves to your benefit.
You're nudging decisions your way, your country's way.
Exactly. Yeah.
And that happens within Five Eyes.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, yeah. I mean, yes, I would say, I'm not saying the United States is here stealing. We're not, because we've got a great relationship, obviously, with the Five Eyes and everything like that. But the fact that...
No, I don't believe you. You are being disingenuous. We know exactly what you're doing. We know exactly what you're doing. Shifty little beady-eyed yank man. I don't believe you. I don't believe anything you've got to say.
Intelligence officers don't try
Oh, I sped him up.
to influence things. That's what we're paid to do. So maybe it's changed since I retired. But I can tell you, while I was here, I can tell you when I was here, I was trying to influence things.
John, it looks like in the past half year or so since President Trump came to office for a second time, that our relations with the US have got far tougher. How would you describe our relationship with the United States today?
I believe that, yes, they are tougher. Now,
yeah, I would be asking him specific questions about instances where we know the US has, been instrumental in the ousting of two, funnily enough, coincidentally enough, Labour prime ministers. Americans are always so shocked when they find out that Australians don't like them. We don't like you. We don't like you. Our cultures are at odds with each other. Like, your culture is all about, you call it entrepreneurship, but it's just about climbing all over people to get what you want. We have tall poppy in this country for a reason. If you tread all over everybody to get to the top and then start acting like you're better than everybody else, yeah, damn right, we're gonna cut you back down to size. Freaking, if you want to go be an egotistical cunt, go move to America where they reward psychopathic behavior. We don't reward psychopathic behavior. Australia's all about you're not better than anybody else. I don't care. I don't care if you're hotter than everyone. I don't care if you have more money than everyone. I don't care if you're smarter than everybody. We're all just people, mate. Get over yourself. And that's it's what being Australian is all about, in my personal opinion.
there are those that will say that the United States is an unreliable partner. And let me just caveat one thing. I did not vote for Trump any of the times he ran. So I'm not a MAGA.
Including in 2024.
Yeah. Fortunately in the United States,
Americans have zero sense of irony. Oh, I know. The amount of times that I've said something that's 100% sarcastic or 100% taking the piss, and they respond to me completely just angry, incensed, and it's Yeah, that was the point of my joke. You absolute fuckwit.
We have the ability to have a write-in candidate. So I didn't vote for either one. I thought they were very poor choices, but we are where we are. And having been a military officer and then an intelligence officer, we truly are apolitical. We swear an oath to the Constitution of the United States. And in that fact, we work for the American people. And I can say with all honesty and sincerity and great dignity, that's the way I've conducted myself, and I still do. But in regards to the United States, I think one of the things that Mr. Trump has done is that for those who say that the United States is now an unreliable partner or an unreliable ally, I would suggest to you that the United States is just as reliable as ever. As much as Mr. Trump doesn't like, and he's shown a record of this for many, many years, he does not like things like NATO. He's probably not a real big fan of AUKUS. He's not a fan of the UN. He's more of a bilateral guy. That's the business guy in him. He accepts him. He knows he can't get rid of him, but he accepts him. And what I would say, though, is under President Trump and his administration, is that the U.S. is a reliable partner, but they're not a gullible partner. And I think that in years past, they became, everything from whether the U.S. would always be there, whether you paid your 2% GDP to the NATO fund or some other fund, or whatever the relationship was, the United States usually would say, and just go ahead with it.
I hope this guy doesn't think that Australia is a member of NATO. NATO literally stands for North Atlantic Treaty Organization. In case you haven't noticed, our home is girt by seas, and those seas, or rather oceans, are the Pacific, the Indian, and the Southern. I hope your brain's okay. I mean, you've got quite a big cranium there, but I hope the grey matter is proportional to this whole situation here, mate. I really hope that it is. What the heck? But yeah, like what a load of nonsense. America has never respected us. They've never respected us. They just like geographically where we're situated. They came here in World War II, obviously, because it was a good place strategically, an English-speaking country that was a good vantage point for them to, be based while they were fighting in the Pacific Theater. Obviously, they had their beef with the Japanese. And we got brought in with that beef. I don't think Japan would have gone this far south if it wasn't for the Yankee Doodles. I don't think we would have been. I mean, the reason why those midget subs went into Sydney Harbour was to get the USS Chicago, I believe, where they subsequently ended up sinking the HMS AS Cuttable. That wasn't their aim. It was to sink an American ship. Also, obviously, the Yanks were in Darwin when Darwin got bombed. I don't know if the Yanks were in Newcastle when Newcastle got bombed, but I don't know. Maybe they just had beef with that tram station that they blew up. I don't know. I don't know what that tram station did, so I can't really vouch for it. But
make do, but I think what's happened now is that under the Trump administration, and in particular, the U.S. is not as gullible. They're going to make demands in return, but they will still be a reliable partner. They're not going to let
His verbiage is very strongly insinuating that Australia has been taking advantage of America. Am I crazy? It's a fucking gaslighting fucking fat fuck. Go eat another cheeseburger, you You fucking ginorm. No, you've been taking advantage of us. I'm sorry. How many Australians died in Vietnam? How many Australians have died in all the subsequent conflicts that we followed America into? You owe us. You fucking owe us. This is such a one-sided relationship. You little pig man. You little fucking squinty-eyed fuck. Oh my fucking God. Article 10 of NATO treaty literally prevents Australia from joining. Yeah, it's almost like we're nowhere near the North Atlantic. We're not anywhere near the Atlantic. We are literally, we border the Southern Ocean. The Southern Ocean runs along the bottom of our continent. Or rather, the bottom half of our continent runs along the Southern Ocean. Trump does this too. He just claims he's disadvantaged and lies. Yeah, this is such a one-sided relationship, and we are the ones being preyed upon. We are the ones being preyed upon. Disgusting behavior. If Australia gets nukes, if Australia becomes a nuclear power, obviously we're a very peaceful country, but we just have nukes and we just say to everybody, hey, we have them. We don't want to use them. If you leave us alone, we just want to be a pacifist country alone, just doing our thing. We're happy to trade with everyone. We're happy to be mates. Look, we've got the uranium. We've already got the uranium. We've got the scientists to enrich the uranium. You know, we can split some atoms. I know we can do it. I don't like nuclear weapons and I would rather no one has them, but people do have them. So why shouldn't a country like Australia have them? Then no one will fuck with us. And this little freaking pig man, this little freaking, go back to the nether, you freaking pink pig man. Sorry, I shouldn't pick on his appearance, but my lord. It goes back to the Roald Dahl book, The Twits, right? Like when you have an ugly soul, it just like radiates. You know, even if you're not a good looking person, but you have like a very nice personality, you know, you have a radiant smile and you'll always look good. This person's just a pig man. This is a pig man.
Ally go under, someone that we have a good, strong relationship with. And there's none stronger, I think, than our relationship with Australia.
Defence spending. Allies.
Well, that's exactly what I mean in brackets. That's 100% what I mean. I would rather that no countries have nuclear weapons, but that ship has long ago sailed. And yeah, if every other country has them, then why shouldn't, you know, I think one of the more responsible countries have them. I couldn't foresee, you know, a scenario in which we would use them, but it would definitely, I think, it would definitely make us, you know, way less of a soft target for other countries, and it would mean we wouldn't have to enter these parasitical, you know, alliances with countries like the US that obviously have absolutely no respect for us.
Have long treated it as a sovereign issue. Not anymore. The Trump administration wants Australia's defence budget
27, guys. This is a 27-year-old. Sure. Sorry. I'm just going for the ad hominem tonight. We're just attacking Americans' appearance. But I have SLE and I grew up under the Australian sun. If I looked like that, oof. Anyway.
Now,
I digress.
Of gross domestic product lifted sharply to 3.5%. The Albanese government's response? It's not Washington's decision to make, it's Canberra's.
They're entitled to express views, but we're entitled as a sovereign nation to ensure that we look after Australia's national interest.
What's your view on 3.5% of GDP on defence?
I don't know if
it's tens of billions more.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, well, yes. I think we've underspent on defense from the standpoint of we don't have the capabilities that we need as to even defend ourselves.
Do you expect that the US will absolutely insist on that until it gets it out of Australia, our defence spending?
I think they'll keep pushing for it. I think they will. It'll be something that when the leaders, whether it's the Secretary of Defense or his minions or State Department. I think it's something they'll keep pushing on. I believe they feel the Trump administration feels that's in today's society, that's something that Australia should be doing. And on that point, here recently there was I'm not quite certain what news poll it was, but there's been some polling done that has said, that 61% of the Australians don't like Donald Trump. That's fair. He's going to be gone in 3.5 years. He won't run again. He's not allowed to run again per our Constitution.
We know. Just because Americans don't know about the rest of the world, Australians do know about the rest of the world. A lot of us are very well traveled, and we know that constitutionally a president can only run for 2 terms. Oh my God. Oh my God.
And you're confident the system will hold there?
Oh, absolutely. And I think, and I don't think, I absolutely, there's one thing, although he pushes the constitutions to its edges, that is one I do not believe, even if they ask, if the MAGA's all swelled up, I do not believe.
The 2-term limit on US presidents.
Exactly. Plus, there is, and that's why I say, if people don't like President Trump, he's going to be gone in 3.5 years. However, the MAGA base, the J.D. Vances, the Marco Rubios, the Kristi Noem, to a certain degree, the Nikki Haley's and others, those acolytes, they've bought into the MAGA idea. I think it's going to be very.
This guy is still clearly an American asset. The freaking shit coming out of his mouth. See, if he was Australian, he wouldn't be this much of a shit cunt because he would have had it knocked out of him already. He would have been punched in the face a very long time ago. Probably while he was still at school, someone would have knocked his teeth out.
Hard for the Democrats to come up with somebody to run against either a Vance, a Rubio, or a Noem in 2028.
As an ally, we need to get used to it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Not only get used to it, but figure out a way how you're going to deal with it.
As well, John Powers reckons it's about Australia facing up to some deficiencies in defence. Powers knows defence. He served on 13 deployments in every US theatre of war from Grenada in '83 to Afghanistan, rising to command about 4,000 troops. There is one area that stands out for the long-time soldier turned spook.
ISR is near and dear to my heart. ISR, the 3 letters stand for intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance. And it is what gives you.
How would this guy do recon? What's he doing? What's stealth about this build? This build is not a stealth build, ladies and gentlemen. Democracy manifest. He's definitely enjoyed a few succulent Chinese meals. He's definitely committed the crime of having many succulent Chinese meals. You're worried about a smarter, slicker, more intelligent person replacing Trump after he's gone. Oh, 100%. A man that is more sophisticated than Trump but has the same ideology as him, that's been indoctrinated into that whole movement, will definitely be a frightening proposition to contend with, 100%. They had the 60 Minutes the other week too. That was an ad campaign for US nuclear subs. Yeah, we're not getting subs. We're not getting nuclear subs. We're just going to be out all of this money. And again, the thing is, we don't even have to go to the trouble of trying to acquire uranium. We literally have it here in the Northern Territory. It's a naturally occurring mineral. We can just Could just go grab some yellow rocks from the Northern Territory. Get the science people to do what they do. You know, we can do it. We can do it.
The indications and warning if somebody's going to do something against you. But we don't have a national level collection requirements, collection management system.
We're deficient on ISR?
I would say we are. I mean, when people look at weapons systems, I've yet to, now you're able to, for example, the new frigates. You'll be able to put certain ISR capabilities on those new ships that are going to come in. We've got aircraft that we use, for example, the P-8s. That is an ISR platform. We do have Collins-class submarines. They're out there somewhere. That great ISR system. And when we get the Virginia class, they'll be able to provide us ISR. But I don't think we have a robust ISR capability as a nation. And I do not believe we have a national collection requirement system.
What's this we? What's this we? You're not, no, not one of us. Yuck. Yucky, yucky poo, go away.
System that integrates everybody's collection requirements so that we prioritize what I like to say are the crystal balls as opposed to the glass balls and the rubber balls. I don't think anybody in government could tell you right today what are the
first public housing build that the government announced was one to house the US military soldiers. Yeah, I saw that too. That really freaking boiled my piss as well. That really, really, really boiled my piss. Disgusting. But we're still not being a good vassal state. We're still not giving them enough, apparently.
Are the government's crystal balls when it comes to intelligence requirements that we're going against.
Is AUKUS a good deal for Australia, John?
It's a deal. I don't know if it's a good deal.
That's not a good deal by the sounds of it.
No, I don't think it's a good deal. I'm not an AUKUS fan. I'm not confident we'll ever see those 3 Virginia-class submarines. Now, that's, again, my opinion. There's other folks out there that say, yeah, they'll be here. AUKUS, in regards to the build of the submarine, the AUKUS submarine in Great Britain, I don't have a lot of confidence in that either. And I'm talking as a taxpayer now, and knowing a little bit about how these acquisition programs work. I'm far more jazzed about the frigate purchase we just made than I am the AUKUS submarines.
You talk to people back in the US,
Yeah.
You're in the know with people who know.
Right.
What does that tell you about whether those 3 Virginia-class submarines are ever going to make it to Australia?
Well, the way it's written, and we've known this because we're going, even if Bridge Colby goes through and says, yeah, we'll keep the plan as it is. If the U.S. is short submarines, the Australia loses.
We're not getting them.
We're not going to get them. And as it is, we're getting 3 refit, redone submarines. Well, it's better than no submarines, particularly when you look at the age of the Collins. My question is that, and what I've never heard explained, and maybe I've missed it, maybe it's out there, but how does Australia, how do these submarines fit into our strategy, our national defense strategy? Why are we getting these type of submarines, and how do they fit into the overall deterrence that we're trying to project? They are very good ISR platforms, and the fact that we're getting 8 of them means that basically we're going to have maybe 2 out at any one time once we get them all here. Unlike the United States, who will cozy up.
He alternates between considering himself an Australian and not considering himself an Australian. Have you noticed that? He alternates. It's very, very, he's a very shifty character, this bloke.
Whether Virginia class or Ohio class submarines off somebody's coastline and threaten to fire the missiles that are on board at a foe because they're not playing nicely. I don't ever foresee Australia using our submarines to do that kind of aggressive sort of offensive capabilities.
The dude has one allegiance, and that's to the U.S. State Department. Yeah, I 100% agree. This guy's dodgy as.
So my question is, what's the plan behind why Australia wants these submarines? And if it's for ISR purposes, great.
Australia didn't want these submarines. We wanted French submarines, and we were strong-armed by you cunts into buying the American ones. That's what happened. Are you insane? Are you insane, Pigsy? Where's Monkey? Where's Monkey? Monkey magic.
But how are they going to integrate with other ISR capabilities?
How much of a problem for the United States is Chinese ownership of the port of Darwin?
I don't think it's that big of a deal. I know that there are, and the reason I say that is that this same company owns and operates ports in the United States. So there you go. And, it's all in the open. Being an intelligence officer, when this all broke, I thought, Secretary Richardson did a fantastic job of putting people in their place, to include the United States. I mean, there was a bit of hand waving and stuff like that, but it sort of blew over right away because, it's all in the open up there. I mean, it's a port. It's not like they're going to allow Chinese cruisers to come, floating into Darwin. If we have the ISR and we have the deterrence and we do what Mr. Burgess said, we're following the ability of these adversaries, whether it's Chinese or anybody else, to interfere in Australian domestic politics or operate.
You interfere in our domestic politics more than anyone else ever has. I mean, we're a constitutional monarchy, and like the crown sticks its nose in way less than you cunts do. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Ask him about Whitlam? Yeah, I mean, you're assuming that an American knows about any type of history. That was the 70s. I don't know when this guy was born because he's obviously like very unfit. Yeah, I don't know if he's 40 or if he's 80. Honestly, can't tell.
Operations or defense, then it's an issue. But, as a professional intelligence officer for many, many years, to me, I saw it when it happened as an opportunity to collect on the Chinese, to collect on that, see how they do business, to be able to cross-pollinate with the Americans.
So it might actually advantage the United States.
Yeah. Well, and that's, as an intelligence officer, I'm always looking at how to take advantage. And if you're going to come into my backyard and operate, it makes it much easier for me to be able to watch what you're doing and how you're doing it.
How valuable an ally are we to the United States?
The United States, and I used to be a war planner on the Joint Staff and at 18th Airborne Corps. When we would put together plans, we would start with Australia, and we had to put together a coalition. We'd always figure out how can we get the Aussies into the fray. Because when it comes to just grit and metal and the intangibles of being a reliable soldier, sailor, airman that you can rely on when you're in the foxhole,
Yeah, in brackets, he's not very sophisticated. And he keeps on mixing up his verbiage, whether like he wants to convey that he's one of us, but then he gets confused mid-sentence. He's not slick. He's not a sophisticated American asset, that's for sure.
Could not have a better ally. However, I will say, I believe today Australia is a strategic liability because of the waning capabilities that we have. We have not manned and equipped and
I want to, okay. I'm not going to say what I want to do to this man, but, you're on thin ice, buddy. Let's just say that. You're on thin ice. If this guy represents American intelligence, then that says a lot. I mean, really, the term American intelligence is a contradiction in terms, surely. They're not an intelligent people.
Sustained our military, our ADF, so that it can keep pace materially and capability-wise with the United States. When I look at where I'm going to strike, I'm going to look at where vulnerabilities are, because it's through those vulnerabilities I'm going to get to the rest of the force. And right now, to no fault of the men and women who serve in our ADF, capability-wise, we're waning. So yeah, we're a liability.
That's a big call.
Yeah.
We're not a liability. The only reason why we would be at risk of attack from anybody is because we facilitate your weapons triangulation systems by having Pine Gap smack bang in the middle of our continent. The only reason why Australia is at risk from anybody is our relationship with you. So who's the liability, dickhead? Can we kick him out of the country? Maybe look, I've been a member of the Labour Party for a really long time. And you know, I know a lot of people in the union movement because of my dad. Maybe I should become Prime Minister. Would you like a little raven-haired feisty Slav as Prime Minister? And yeah, I'll just kick everybody out. Hello, what's happening here? Don't worry about me. I'm just spurging out, Deji. I'm just spurging out on this American asset who's pretending that he's Australian.
I mean, there are people that aren't gonna.
Prime Minister, do we take over government? Count me in. Well, I mean, I wouldn't be taking over. I would be democratically elected. I think I would be democratically elected. I think I could do it. I believe in myself.
Like what I have to say, but it's the truth. And we can't wait 4 or 5 years. We can't wait, but we're going to have to wait. And it's not just this government. It's a collective thing that's happened over time. And it goes back to the fact that we always knew, not only Australia, you pick a NATO country, they always knew the US would be there. But those times have changed. We're in a different world environment. And it goes back to what I was saying, politically, if you don't like Trump, fine. He's going to be gone in 3.5 years. But Trump policy...
No. Trump's not the issue. Your country and your culture is the issue. Those are the issues. Our cultures are incompatible. Our values are incompatible. This is a parasitic alliance, and you are the parasite, and you are draining us, the host. And for you to try and say that we're a liability, absolute disgusting behavior. And don't sit here and go, oh, I'm a dual citizen. You serve one master, and that is the devil. That is the devil empire, the evil empire of America. All right. Look, David Icke was right, okay? I'm just going to say it. Alex Jones was right.
These ideas, doctrine, they're going to be around for a while.
A lot of people say, yes, but we give Pine Gap to the US. Pine Gap, the base in Central Australia, is really important to the US. What do you say?
What are my political views? My political views would mostly fall on the left side of the political spectrum. However, I do think that looking at I do think the way that politics has evolved in like the last 20 years or so, I do think like the left right wing paradigm is kind of obsolete. So do I believe in equality? Yeah, I do. But the thing that I believe in more now than the left right paradigm is right or wrong. I believe in looking at policy through an ethical framework and what is right and what is wrong. And that's how I look at it now. Because I know a lot of people that call themselves leftists that have a lot of very, very bigoted views. And yeah, I wouldn't necessarily fuck with those people. Yeah, for me, it's I'm very pro-union. I'm a unionist. I was brought up in the unions. I was very active in the unions. I'm quite sick, so unfortunately I can't be as politically active as I would want to be. Keeping down my day job takes all of my energy, so I don't really have that much energy. I said I'm religious. Does that mean I believe in tradition? I believe in... Do I believe in tradition? Like, what do you mean by that? I believe that everybody has a soul and everybody, has dignity and everybody is worthy of Christ's love. That's what I believe. I'm not one of these like fire and brimstone Christians. I'm not like gay people are going to go to hell. I believe that if you're gay, God made you gay. And I don't think that God makes mistakes. I believe that Jesus was, a very open-minded, very compassionate man. And he was the incarnation of God. That's the way the Holy Trinity works. He came to earth to show us how to live. And, he hung out with everybody. He was cool with everybody. And there's a big difference between church and faith, 100%. I think that churches are man-made. The apostles formed the churches, the original churches, and that they weren't Jesus. The church was formed after Christ's ascension. So yeah, but anyway, that's like a whole theological conversation. Look, I'm a live and I'm a live and let live kind of girl. Whatever you like to do in your spare time, that's between you and the Lord. Go with God, my child. I never shove my religious beliefs down anybody's throat. I just have them. They're just there. It's, yeah. I am cool with most people unless you're an arsehole, then I think you're a fuckwit. And, that's pretty much my life philosophy. Oh, hey, Delta. Sorry. Going on a rant. Going on a bit of a rant.
It's more important to the Australians than it is the United States. I mean, we have similar bases or similar facilities, in England, Turkey, Germany.
He just said Pine Gap isn't important. Then why did you ask an entire government over it? This guy is such an asset. This guy is such a psyop. Are you kidding me? He just said Pine Gap is more important to Australia. How is it important to us? The only Australians that work there are cleaners and janitors. He is a liability to our country. He needs to be gone. We need to get this guy out. He needs to go.
Germany, place like that. With technology nowadays, you can what we call bin pipe that stuff back to Fort Meade, Maryland. It all can be collected there. There's some unique things.
You heard him. We can get rid of the Yanks tomorrow. Off you go. Bye. See you next time.
Granted, without going into a lot of details, that happened at Pine Gap. It's important, but it's if the Australians came in and said we don't want to have a bilateral relationship with the United States anymore at Pine Gap, I don't think the Americans would say, oh, it's gonna bugger up how we do business from an intelligence and surveillance perspective. So
they wouldn't mind?
I'm not going to say they wouldn't mind. I'm just saying it would not be a great, it would be a loss, but it wouldn't be a significant loss.
The other great one I hear is, oh yes, but America really needs the Indian Ocean base that Perth will provide it in years to come. Is Perth a jewel in that sense?
I believe
that was the clunkiest attempt at an Okirism by saying bugger up. Oh yeah, he's trying so hard. He's trying so hard. He's he's like an alien trying to blend into human civilization. He went to a pub, he was like, how do these Australians talk? Yeah.
I believe Perth is very significant, particularly the expanded operations there for as a base, a rotational base for U.S. submarines. The facilities that, you know, it's particularly as they do operations into the Indo-Pacific area.
John Powers sees one other factor at play in US-Australia relations now, and it's got nothing to do with the budgets, the bases and ports that consume so much of the discussion on defence.
What's your view on Kevin Rudd and his role as ambassador for Australia in Washington?
Yeah, Mr. Rudd. He is a distractor. And this is me talking as an Aussie now.
You're not an Aussie! Shut the flip up. Keep Kevin 07 out your goddamn mouth.
And from my experience as a bureaucrat, as a civil servant for many, many years. Although he's a former prime minister, Mr. Rudd serves at the pleasure of the Australian people and of the prime minister. I believe Mr. Rudd has put Mr. Albanese in an untenable position where he's waiting for Mr. Albanese to have to ask Mr. Rudd to leave. Mr. Rudd should do the honorable thing and resign without having to be asked. Mr. Trump doesn't like him, and as a result,
who is this guy? He's a former American intelligence office and military guy who's pretending to be Australian now. He's somehow obtained Australian citizenship. And he's just basically spouting a whole bunch of lies. He's obviously an American asset, and he's saying that America is a liability to America, that we're taking advantage of America. He's an Aussie now, apparently. He got dual citizenship in 2019. He's like, hello, fellow mates. G'day, how's it going? Like, I don't know. He's just an absolute loser. Apparently, Pine Gap is also more important to Australia than it is to America. Those words came out of his mouth. He's retired now, apparently. He's retired and he's somehow obtained dual citizenship. I don't know how DFAT let him slip through. He's literally a foreign intelligence officer, and I'm sure he probably still has security clearance. And he's like, the stuff that he spewed is 100% American propaganda, and he's sitting there, with a straight face, spewing all this shit. Absolutely insane.
Result of Mr. Trump not liking him, nobody else in his administration is going to give him the time of day. That is a disservice to us as Australians. It is, and as I say, it is, I would believe, as a former public servant myself, is that he shouldn't have to be asked. He should say what is good for the nation, and he should resign.
And if...
I think the best ambassador to America Australia could have is somebody that's incredibly skeptical of America. you know, the Yanks were instrumental in the ousting of Rudd as leader. They basically had Julia Gillard in because, you know, she was willing to go along with whatever the Yanks wanted. We know this. Yeah, like, don't piss on my leg and tell me it's freaking rainy. What's the name of that guy that the Yanks had on the payroll? Can never remember his name. All I remember is that he's a Roosters supporter. And I'm like, yeah, of course you are, dickhead. ALP member. America. Rudd. Nope. ALP minister? I can see his dumb face in my head. American asset. You're not gonna bring up anything, are you? Cool. Here we go. Mark Habib is the senator that the Yanks had on the payroll that orchestrated the coup against Rudd. So this is from the World Socialist website. So let's take the, you know, let's consider the source. But this is from the WikiLeaks cables. The latest batch of the several hundred leaked US diplomatic cables concerning Australia provided by WikiLeaks to the Fairfax companies Sydney Morning Herald and Melbourne Age provide further extraordinary evidence of Washington's direct involvement in the anti-democratic coup against former Prime Minister Kevin Rudd last June. Key coup plotters in the Labor Party and trade unions, including Senators Mark Habib and David Feeney and Australian Workers' Union Chief Paul Howes, secretly provided the US Embassy with regular updates on internal government discussions and divisions within the leadership. As early as June 2008, the American ambassador identified Julia Gillard as the front runner to replace Rudd. Why are they deciding who is going to lead our country? Do you know what Julia Gillard did to women in this country? She fucked over single mothers for a start. Like, what a feminist icon, guys. What a feminist icon. Just because you're a childless harpy, you don't have to take it out of like single mothers that are struggling to raise their children. You stupid poo head. Yeah, that was I think she really showed her colors. Oh, but she gave a really good speech about misogyny. Okay. Where was I up to? In October 2009, 8 months before Gillard was installed in unprecedented circumstances, Mark Habib informed American officials of emerging leadership tensions. The Australian people, on the other hand, were kept entirely in the dark about any differences between the Prime Minister and his colleagues until after Rudd was ousted. Gillard was described some 2 years before the coup by US diplomatic officials as a rising star within the Labor government. That chick is nothing. That chick is absolute dog shit. Absolute dog shit. She was just like a lawyer for, what's the name of that law firm? It's like one of the main, like, pro bono, like, it's not even pro bono. It's like don't win, don't pay. Something in Scott, something. No, it's not Taylor and Scott. That's a decent law firm, actually. Oh, I can't think. It's evading me right now. But it's one of the main things if you like Google like Slater and Gordon. Thank you. Slater and Gordon. Yeah. It's like, yeah. They're just a bunch of ambulance chasers. 8 months before Gillard was installed in unprecedented circumstances, Mark Abib informed American officials of emerging leadership tensions. The Australian people, on the other hand, were kept entirely in the dark about any differences between the Prime Minister and his colleagues until after Rudd was ousted. Anyway, you get the gist. You get the gist. Abib and Feeney, those are the names I was looking for. I hate that. I hate that, like, it's on the tip of your tongue feeling, but you can't quite get the words out. I hate that so much. Anyway. Oh, we can comment on this. I'm gonna leave a comment on this later. I've got yeah, I don't have a keyboard. It's gonna take me a while to write out a comment on
Kevin Rudd had not have been there and we had another ambassador in Washington. Do you think Anthony Albanese would have met Donald Trump by now?
I do. I really do. I think, yeah. I do believe that somebody else that would be able to be...
That's it. I'm running for office, and the first thing I'm doing is kicking this bloke out. He's gone. You're gone, mate. Hop on your bike. Ride it across the Pacific Ocean, you fatty.
Be able to
bye.
Have those discussions we have. Because Mr. Trump's a very, you know, I mean, he is a different cup of tea. There ain't no two ways about it. But he's a relationable person. I mean, I'm not saying he had a great relationship, from my understanding, with Mr. Hockey when he was thing. I've said this before. People think I'm absolutely crazy, but I think, you know, he got along fairly well with Mr. Turnbull. They're both businessmen, and you know that's something Mr. Trump can relate to. You know, my understanding is one of the reasons that Mr. Rudd was.
Oh, see, Rudd, there's your problem, mate. You didn't work for Goldman and Sachs and enrich yourself with like hundreds of millions of dollars from the stock market. That's obviously, you know, what makes you a good diplomat. That's obviously what would make you a good ambassador. So you're missing that. You're missing the greedy fuck component. There you go. Like, advocating for your own country. I think Rudd being fucked over by the Yanks makes him the best ambassador we could have, because look at him. He thinks he's slick. He thinks we can't see through it. He thinks, oh, my eyes are, you know, he obviously needs an upper blepharoplasty. He thinks his eyelids are obscuring his shiftiness, and they're not. Look, aren't there like good plastic surgeons in your home country? Surely that's obscuring your eyes, like. All the celebrities get upper blepharoplasties. Why don't you ask the American girlies where they go?
Nominated to be the ambassador, and I could be proven wrong. So you may know better than I do. It's because he's such a Chinese expert. Well, there's a hell of a lot of Chinese experts in the United States. Being an ambassador is about relations. It's about representing your people, and yeah.
So what, knowing how to speak Mandarin and being versed in Chinese history is a bad thing? What are you talking about? There's not much American history to learn, idiot. Your country's existed since the 1770s. Like, there's not much to fucking learn. It's like Australian, like, white history in America and white history in Australia. There's not much to learn. Europeans haven't been there for very long. There's not much to fucking know, cunt. What are you talking about?
I do believe that there would have been a meeting by now. There'd at least have been phone calls answered, or even if you're blasting out of whatever the G7 or whatever meeting it was, there would have been a, hey, I can't see you right now. But it's been very discouraging the way that Mr. Trump, and I agree with everybody else. It's rather undiplomatic the way he has treated Mr. Albanese and treated the Aussies. Because I think deep down inside, most Americans, to include Mr. Trump, you know, there's something about the Aussie larrikin that resonates with Americans. So
don't. We don't like you. We don't like you. I don't know where you got this idea that we're friends. An Aussie larrikin would have punched you in the face already, mate. Like, we don't tolerate this type of bullshit. And you, if you were Australian, if you grew up here, if you were enculturated, you wouldn't behave like this because it would have been knocked out of you a long time ago.
So there is always going to be a great, great relationship. Now, the thing that, as an American who's now an Aussie, that most
You're not an
Americans can't get
Aussie.
through their head is, you know, we see ourselves more like Aussies, and we can't understand, you know, why do you hang on to this thing with the king and queen? You know, you're like us. You know,
No, we're not.
We fought a revolution and
No, you're not. And the only reason why Australia isn't a republic is the time that it has been brought to a referendum. It was structured in such a way that no sensible person would ever vote for it. And that's why. And referendums are expensive and we don't care. She's just on our money. He's just on our money now, I guess. Rest in peace, Lizzie. Glizzies for Lizzies, guys. Yeah, we don't care. We don't care. We're not like you. We're nothing like you. Stop saying that. You obviously don't know anything about our culture if you think that we're anything like you. Australians take care of each other. Like, we take care of each other. We, like, look at the SES, look at, like, the CFA, the RFS. Like, whenever like anything goes down in Australia, people are always volunteering to help. Like, Australians care deeply about each other. And, you know, that's why we have universal healthcare. That's why we have, you know, that's why our society's structured the way it is. That's why we have all these mechanisms for social mobility that you don't have built within your society. Like, I grew up below the poverty line, right? And I was able to implement those mechanisms for social mobility and attend group of 8 universities and get qualifications and build a career for myself. I'm also able to access healthcare that I wouldn't be able to access as a very incredibly sick person. You know, like, just, you don't know anything about our society. What has us being a constitutional monarchy got to do with the price of fish in Japan, cunt? Absolutely nothing. And as I said, like, the monarch doesn't stick their noses in. You were the ones that that kicked off the constitutional crisis of 1975. That was you. The Governor General just, you know, did what he did, but it was at the behest of you guys. It was at the behest of America, not at the behest of Lizzie II. It was at your behest. He knows that. He's sitting there. He's sitting there thinking that we're all dumb and we're going to eat it up.
You know, we threw out the shackles.
Get over it.
Get over it. You know, you're more like us. What are you doing? So I think there's a great respect to the people.
No, we're definitely way more like the Poms. You know why? Because the Poms have a sense of humor. The Poms are self-deprecating. The Poms have universal healthcare. They endeavor to have a successful multicultural society. We don't have culture wars. We don't have civil wars. We don't have, you know, whatever. We're way more egalitarian than you guys. You guys are just all about climbing over everybody to get what you want. Might is right. Tread all over anybody that you have to enrich yourselves. You don't care about people. You care about yourselves. It's an incredibly, like, uber capitalistic, psychopathic society. And we're nothing like you. How fucking dare you?
Of America towards Australia. I know there's a great respect.
No, there's
the
no
intelligence
respect.
Services and the military services towards the military and our fellow intelligence service here in Australia.
But Kevin Rudd is a problem to the relationship.
I believe so. Both. I personally.
This guy's still very clearly serving the American Empire.
He's a hindrance to the relationship and an open dialogue with this administration. And, you know, the good news is Trump leaves in 3.5 years. If Mr. Rudd stays that whole time, he should be gone by then too, because I personally believe either J.D. Vance or Marco Rubio is going to be the next.
I'm going to write a letter to DFAT about this guy. I'm going to write a letter to DFAT about this guy and ask that his citizenship be reviewed, because he's clearly some type of American asset, and he wants to undermine Australia's security and democracy. I'm seriously, I'm gonna write a letter. I'm becoming such a boomer. I'm gonna buy a typewriter from like the op shop, and I'm gonna sit there by candlelight and like type up a letter. Like, how dare you, sir? How dare you? All right, I actually am. I'm gonna write. I think this guy is a liability. To use his own words, he's a liability.
President of the United States. Can't say for certain. Don't know how things are going to play. But if it were one of those two...
the most unattractive Trojan horse I've ever seen, I will say. Why are your pants so short? Oh my God, sort it out, mate. Sort it out.
He's going to get less airtime, or somebody like a Mr. Rudd will get less airtime than he's getting right now. And so do the right thing is what I'm trying to say, in my opinion, for the country. And don't put our prime minister in the position to have to remove you. Because if he doesn't and you just stay there, we are going to languish for 3.5.
Sorry, people on YouTube. I just realized I didn't have the multi-chat up. I'm so sorry if I've been ignoring anybody. I can't see... I can see JPC Way in here, and... Hope I wasn't ignoring my good friend. Ricochet. Oh, Ricochet was in here. I'm sorry, Ricochet. If you're still around, Ricochet, I'm sorry, I didn't see you. I feel so bad. I have to remember.
3.5 years. Not good.
John Powers, thank you for tackling the issue.
Thanks, Tim. Appreciate it, buddy.
This has been The Issue from 7 News. You can follow us wherever you get your podcasts. Join us next time for a new issue and a new guest to unravel it for us. Till then, all the best.
Thank you for letting me polish your nuts. Yeah, 100%. No, he didn't push back at all. They need an angry little hormonal petite woman to yell at their guests. That's what they need. I volunteer as tribute. Could you imagine me interviewing people? Just start yelling at them. Oh, Ricochet's still here. Yay! Sorry, Ricochet. Sorry, JPC Way. I just had the Twitch chat up, so I didn't. Yeah. I thought it was weird that there were no Tubi people in there, but in here tonight. But yeah, I'm so sorry, guys. Well, that certainly rustled my jimmies, ruffled my feathers. I get so fired up. But yeah, that's the worst attempt of a Trojan horse I've ever seen, because he's not even smart enough to conceal his objectives, is he? Clearly still carrying water for the Yanks. Sorry, probably high fructose corn syrup soft drink for the Yanks. I believe that's what they like to drink. I don't think the Americans drink water, do they? Except for Ricochet. Ricochet drinks a lot of water because he's a good boy. Pardon me, I do have the flu. Boop, ba-doop, boopity scoopity. do we want to talk about Gaza? I mean, it's going to be there tomorrow. The bad news is going to be there tomorrow. I guess we'll have a look at it tomorrow. I just, you know, my soul just wants to... Unfortunately, the people of Gaza don't get to take a night off, but my soul could probably use one. I think we can look at it tomorrow. Pro-China or pro-China daughter? Pro-America daughter? Trump and Putin to meet in Alaska. I can see Russia from my house. Do you remember Sarah Palin? Wow, that's a blast from the past. Oh, Anthony Albanese's visiting our friends in the front. He's over in New Zealand. I wonder if they're having some roast lamb for dinner. Maybe he's sacrificing one of his... Maybe the New Zealand Prime Minister's sacrificing one of his girlfriends for dinner. I'm just kidding, New Zealand. I don't think you have relations with sheep. I don't. I'm just joking, Delta. I'm just joking. It's just, you know, it's just something that we always used to say to Kiwis about them and their love of sheep. You thought it was cannibalism? No. The joke is, Delta, that the sheep is his girlfriend. That's the joke. I don't know what's happening with my webcam. It's not picking up my face movements. Let's see. Albanese. Your brain is in himbo mode. Fair enough. My brain's always in bimbo mode. So, you know, it's relatable for sure. It's definitely relatable. I'm just gonna reset my model. Can you see me? Hello. Yeah, it's kind of working. I guess we'll rock with this. I'll have to get a tripod for it or something. It's I'm too short. I think that's the main issue. I think the main issue is that I'm very short. All right. That'll do. That'll do us, I reckon. We looked at the neo-Nazis. We might as well watch Albanese going to we already looked at them, Delta. They seem pretty lame. They seem like, yeah, they seem pretty lame.
Prime Minister is heading across the Tasman this weekend for key talks with his New Zealand counterpart. Let's go live to political reporter Isabel Mullen in Queenstown. Izzy, good evening. What's on Anthony Albanese's agenda there?
Good evening, Michael. Well, the Prime Minister's office has really been downplaying this visit, saying there won't be much news to report on. But what will be interesting is the language used after that annual leaders meeting between Anthony Albanese and New Zealand's Prime Minister Christopher Luxon, particularly as Israel increases its military presence in Gaza. Both leaders agreeing.
Yeah, I would like to see the Anzacs get back together and storm the beaches of Gaza and deliver aid to people. That would be cool. Let's get the band back together. Let's get the band back together. Let's do it.
that Palestine should be recognised as a sovereign state, but only when democratic processes are established there. We can also expect trade and
No, they don't have to. There's no conditions. You don't have to put these conditions on the Palestinian people. That's absolutely disgusting. There are lots of places that aren't democracies, and you know, we don't say, oh, no. What the absolute fuck is that? There's no... wow, I'm speechless.
Talks, particularly as China increases its presence in the Indo-Pacific. Anthony Albanese will be flying in here to Queenstown with fiancée Jodie Hayden tomorrow morning. They'll both be treated to a traditional Maori ceremony. Anthony Albanese on the ground here in New Zealand for less than 24 hours. Michael.
Isabel Mullen there in Queenstown. Thank you.
Oh, we'll only recognize a Palestinian state if you do exactly what we're talking. No, that's disgusting. There are people that have lived on that land for millennia. Isn't that enough? Is gooning allowed here? I feel like gooning is a private time activity, Roland. I feel like gooning is, you know, during your special alone time, you can get, you know, your box of tissues and you can get like your lotion and I don't know, your waifu pillow. I don't know what you're into, mate. Whatever gets you off. That's up to you. It's up to you to decide. There's the whole internet with a lot of weird stuff on there that you know, consenting adults can look at if they wish to. That's up to you. Is a joke. I like how no one ever catches my sarcasm. Is it obvious to the Australians in chat when I'm like being sarcastic? Or is it even beyond that level at this point? I don't know. News. Police crackdown on pro-Palestinian activists who shut down CBD intersection. Yeah, I reek of sarcasm. Cool. Cool, because most of the things that come out of my mouth are sarcastic, and I would want to hope that would come across. You know what? I've been streaming for 2 hours, and I streamed for another 2 hours today, so that's 4 hours of streaming today. Unless anybody has something they want me to look at, I reckon we might be good. My throat is definitely incredibly sore. I really need to work on this webcam. Do I want to play Scrandle? Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Let's play Scrandle and food guesser. It's a good idea. Boop. Soy and honey beef brisket with waffle chips and scotch egg, or cheeseburger and cheesy chips. I'm going to go for the soy and honey beef brisket with a scotch egg. Sounds nice. Yeah, 91. Yang chicken with rice, kimchi, and a triple whiskey highball. Oh yeah, baby. Or a bacon sandwich. I'm definitely gonna go for the Korean food. Yes. am I going to do more earlier chats? You mean like answer questions that you asked earlier? I don't. Short rib poutine or a cheese dog? I'm gonna go for the short rib. Yeah. Chicken, ham, and leek pie or pig skin and salsa. Guess I'll go for the pie. Like today. Yeah, sure I can. If you want to chuck stuff up. The Paul Curryhurst. Salted fries, sliced German bacon frank, currywurst drizzle, and jalapenos, or pineapple chicken, barbecue pork, and beef empanadas. I think I'm going to go for the pineapple chicken, barbecue pork, and beef empanadas. Nope, I was wrong. Chicken tikka and lamb kebab or steak pie. I think it's chicken tikka and lamb kebab. Yeah. Cheesy bacon chips or the Big Boss, which is extra large chicken breast, fried mozzarella with fries. I reckon the Big Boss. Yeah. Chicken and chips with spicy mayo or burger and chips. Or I reckon chicken and chips. Yeah. The Big Boss or cannelloni. Cannoli, sorry, cannoli. Not cannelloni. Where did I get that from? The Big Boss, I reckon. Spaghetti and French toast or fan village breakfast. I think we'll go for the spaghetti and French toast, although I wouldn't eat either of those things. Well, we got 9 out of 10. We got 9 out of 10. Food guesser. Ooh, flour, sugar, butter, milk, eggs, yeast, salt, vanilla extract, almonds, cinnamon. This dish is delightful yeast-based cake characterized by its soft, fluffy texture. It's topped with a generous layer of buttery goodness sprinkled with sugar and slithered almonds. Creating a sweet, crunchy crust, often served in squares, this dessert is perfect for gatherings and celebrations, offering a simple yet indulgent treat that pairs beautifully with tea or coffee. I'm thinking either French or Mediterranean or Middle Eastern, but I'm not entirely sure because it's got butter. Butter, which makes me think of France. Flour, sugar, butter, milk, eggs, yeast, salt, vanilla extract. Baker's Delight sells this as a puller pie? Yeah, I feel like it's... Let's try France. I see London, I see France, I see someone's underpants. It borders France. It borders France. The border is northwest. That's Belgium or Luxembourg. It looks like it's pointing the compass. It looks like it's pointing east, doesn't it? It keeps on like pointing to east and then going back to north. What do we think? What do we think, Hyperbovian? I think it's Germany. I think it's Germany. This looks like some type of German slice, I reckon. Yeah, I'm going to go with Germany. Correct. Butterkuchen. Kuchen? Next round. Lobster meat, mayonnaise, lemon juice, celery, lettuce, hot dog bun, sliced green onions, optional, butter optional. This has to be American. It's in a hot dog bun. Let's go for America. United States. McLobster. It's called a McLobster. Oh, it's from McDonald's in Canada. What? The United States and Canada. Wow. It's crazy. Pork, pineapple juice, soy sauce, brown sugar, garlic, onion, pepper, bay leaves, pineapple chunks, banana ketchup, carrots, potatoes, raisins. Could this be like Hawaiian? It's got a lot of pineapple and because Hawaiians are super into pork, I feel like. But then it would be the United States, wouldn't it? Not Hawaii. Let's see if we can. Nah. Try the United States. I feel like this has to be somewhere around there. United States is ice cold. Okay. Pork, pineapple juice, soy sauce, brown sugar, garlic, onion, pepper, bay leaves, pineapple chunks. Optional carrots, optional potatoes, optional raisins, cooking oil. This dish is a delightful blend of sweet and savory flavors featuring pork marinated in a mixture of pineapple juice, soy sauce, and sugar. The meat is then slow cooked until tender, allowing the flavors to melt harmoniously, often adorned with pineapple slices for added sweetness. It provides a succulent and rich taste experience that's both comforting and indulgent. Okay, we're going to go for the Philippines then. Yep, Philippines. That just felt so Hawaiian to me. All right, we're a gastronomical genius, guys. We're a gastronomical genius. It makes you hungry. Yeah. That is understandable. Should I play Horse Girl before I go to bed? I don't know. Dude, I've streamed like for over 4 hours today. I'm so proud of myself. Feeling proud. Did I get my daily carrots? Yeah, I did. I did log in earlier today. I did log in, so I should be right. I do usually try and do my dailies, like even on Wednesday when I don't stream, I still try and do my dailies. I'm gonna have to buy a tripod for my webcam because I'm too short when I have the webcam on top of the monitor. It doesn't pick up my mouth movements properly. Have you done any more careers off stream? How'd the day stream go? It was okay. I had like 6-7 people in like, you know, in chat. We just watched like some spooky legends from like Japan. What else did we do? We just looked at like supernatural stuff, I think. And just me going off on ADHD tangents, you know, typical Panda stuff. Yeah, it was fun. It was fun. I enjoyed it. I'm probably gonna do it. Lots of we did touch on a lot of indigenous like Dreamtime, like spooky sacred sites, like don't mess with the spirits of the ancestors type of stuff too. I forgot about that, Hyperbovian. See, I forget about. I don't know what time that would have been for you, Ricochet. I don't know if that would have been a good time for you. I think someone said it was 2 a.m. in America when I was finishing up, so probably would have been a not so optimal time for you. Although now's not an optimal time for you either, is it? I guess I'll log into Horsey. I guess I'll do like a race or something with the little goth horsey. Bye. Do, 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 do.
校舎裏通りかかったらスカイが猫と昼寝しててさ、思わずどっちの頭撫でようか悩んじゃったライスはまだまだ全然なのかもだけど、よーし、あとは精一杯走るだけ。
Oh no, it's race day. Well, I guess we're doing another race. I got past the hardest race in the career. Should be a good run. I hope so. I had to take my other horse to the glue factory because she just wasn't up to snuff. She had to go to horsey heaven. She's so cute. I like her so much. I'm really obsessed with blue and purple flowers as well. So I feel like Rice Shower is like my spirit animal. And I don't want to have to take her to the glue factory. So, you know. Oh, Tokyo Yushin. Yushin? I think that's what it's called. Japanese derby. Oh, she's so cute. Oh, 8 is lucky. We're number 8 favorite. 8 is a lucky number. You can do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I can count to 10 in Japanese, so expect to hear it a lot from me because it's about the only thing I can do. Ooh, you can do it. Oh, the rang is winning. We're in the middle. We're in the middle pack. That's okay. We've got a while to go. We've got a while to go. Yep, we're keeping a good pace, I reckon. You can do it. I believe in you. This is the longest a race gets before it gets a long label. Oh, I thought this was just a long race. Oh, goodness. Come on. Use your magic rose powers or whatever. Come on, it's the last leg. You gotta break away now, love. Come on, come on, come on. Come on. Come on, 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 come on. Come on. I don't want to turn you into glue. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Oh, we won! Yay! She didn't use her magical flower powers where like she goes into the church or whatever with her bouquet of purple and blue flowers. Oh, does she have goth music? This is a new song. Oh, I love this. Is she in baby metal? Is she in baby metal? Ooh. Oh yeah, she's definitely the coolest one. Yeah, she's way cooler than the other horsies. Little goth girls are the coolest. I'm not biased, but we're definitely the coolest. I rock a lot of purple and black, so, you know, I appreciate this aesthetic. I do. Yay, we won! We won! She's too cute to go to the glue factory, okay? She's too cute. Place top 3 in Kikugasho. Alright, have a rest. 9 turns left. 8 turns left. Oh, we're at the beach. Alright, 5 turns left. Rest of recreation. This will take up the entire turn. Yeah, she needs to have a sleep. Goth girls are depressed. We need to sleep a lot. It's hard out there. It's hard out there with no vitamin D in our lives. I dated this guy from Freshwater once on the northern beaches, and I went to his surf comp, and I was like this little goth girl all in black sitting on the beach watching a surf competition. How funny. Oh, we're on a plane or a bus or something. I don't know. Alright, fine, have a nap. I forgot how much goth girls need to sleep. Oh my god. Oh, she got night owl. That means she has to go to the infirmary. Alright. Speed or stamina? What should I do? Speed or stamina? The Addams Family in Australia? Yeah, that was basically me. Speed or stamina, Hyperbovian? Speed is great from here? Cool. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Race. Kyoto turf! We're in Kyoto! Special week? My name should be Special Week. I'm more of having a special lifetime than a special week, if I'm completely honest. I'm having a special lifetime. I'm very special indeed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Boom. Oh no, we got a late start. Gee, no. That is not good. That is not good. We got a late. Oh, was I supposed to do the skills? I didn't see what you said. I didn't see what you said, Hyperbovian. I stuffed up. Oh, now I have depression. Now I have depression, guys. I don't like this. I don't like this. Oh no. I'm so scared. Come on. Accelerate, please, please, please. Think about the blue flowers and use your magical goth girl powers. You can do it. I can't even see where we are. Oh, there we are. Yeah, we're stuffed. We are absolutely stuffed. Nah. Oh, she's so sad. So am I. I'm sad as well. Oh, shit. I do her skills? Oh, skills. What should I do, Hyperbovian? Unfortunately, it's already too late where... Okay, I'll just try again. I need to check chat more often so I don't do stupid things. Just hurry up, okay? I have depression. This is giving me depression. Run, run, run. Where are we? We're not even in the middle pack. Oh, we're catching up though. At least we're not one of the stragglers, I suppose. So desu ne. Could I pick a random number between 1 and 10? I pick 6. Hooligan, I pick number 6. I don't care about bourbon, but I would like a glass of it. No. Get your flower power or whatever the heck. No. This is probably going to be worse for us than last time, honestly. There's a horse called Manhattan Cafe. What the heck? Nah, we're fucked. $400 meters left. If you're gonna do something, do it now. Oh my god. Okay, do you have to tell her when to use her powers? I think she just does it automatically. And I'll just try one more time, because I do really like this horse. Come on, please. You're too cute. I don't want to have another horse. You're my favorite horse. Hmm. Come on. I'm gonna cry. Endurance restored. That's good, right? All right, she seems to be she's doing a lot better. She's doing a lot better than the first 2 times. Come on, rice shower, baby. You've got it. I will buy you a new pair of boots if you win. And some black roses. Ooh. So goth. Louis Vuittons. Yes. I will get her some of the Louis Vuittons. Come on. Accelerate, baby. You can do it. You can do it. Come on. Accelerate. Do something. I believe in you. Please. Please. Uh-oh. Come on. Come on, come on. Run, 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 run. No, 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 no. Accelerate. Do something, please. I want a top 3. I want a top 3 finish. Please, 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 please. Come on, come on, come on. You can do it. You can do it. Accelerate. Do something, please. Oh, no. Okay, what do we do? What do we do for skills? Oh, we can't. Are we finished? I think we're finished. We have to complete career. Take Professor of Curvature and end the run. Okay. But she's the horsey that I like. Why can't I keep her? I have depression. I can play her again? I'm gonna play her again. Maybe level up my cards? How do I level up my cards? Tell me what to do, Hyperbovian. I'm dumb and I need help. I want my horsey to win. What do I do? Where are the cards? You can get a 3-star stamp card from the main story too. That's great for Rice. It's the left tab on the main menu. Okay. I see it. Ooh, I clicked the wrong one. Enhance. Support cards. Level up. Who should I level up? Who do I level up? Help me. I'm dumb. Maybe pull some cards first. How do I pull cards? Are these the ones that I have? Look, you have to talk me through it, okay? I'm not a smart person. If I was a horse, I would already be... You scout them. Instead of horse girls, you get support cards. Okay. At the bottom. Go scout. Is this going to be another thing where I can't see what you're talking about? Alright. Oh, scout. Ugh. Alright. Sorry. We're not dealing with the smartest person in the world, guys, alright? Not the student president again, or whatever the flippin' heck she is. Haru, she's cute. She's alright. King Halo. Nice nature. Winning ticket. Ooh, who's that? Should I scout again? Should I scout again? I'm gonna scout again. Nah, Def's not. Alright, I will not scout again. Luckily you stopped me because I was gonna scout again. I'm out of control. What did I do? Did I do something bad? I was just clicking things. Those were the horse girls, not the cards. Oh. Whoops. The menus have names? Well... Fine, I'll go... Can I go back? Need help. Okay, she's waiting to cross the road. Is she scared of the road? I'm scared of the road too. How many red lights is this now? Today is definitely not her lucky day. We end up waiting at every single crosswalk, so by the time we finally arrive at Tracking Academy, the sun is already long set. No big deal, I wasn't in a rush or anything. I'm sorry. Oh, she's sorry. She's sorry because she was slowing us down. Oh, don't worry about it. You're too cute. Oh, she thinks she's bad luck. Those were the horse girls, not the cards. Well, you told me to scout. How am I supposed to know if they're cards or not? You head off in the same direction as Rice Shower. Oh, she's practicing. Why are you always like this? Because you're cute. That's why. Seems like she worries an awful lot about other people. Perhaps she just needs some encouragement. This is what I used to be like. I'm not like that anymore. I already made up my mind to enter the upcoming tryouts. I'll actually run, and then I'll make my debut and win a bunch of races. Then I won't be a burden anymore. You're not a burden, you're a cutie. She's right going the distance. She's going for speed. Oh, we're gonna run out the tryouts. I don't want to. Finally, it's the day of the tryouts. The venue is filled to the brim with trainers looking to scout talented runners. Suddenly... Oh no, it's Buckshin. She's gonna get us. Oh no! Run, hide, you're small. Hide under something. Make sure she can't get you. So Rice Shower is boycotting even the tryouts now. She has talent, but it's all going to waste. She can have all the talent in the world, but if she doesn't want to race, then that's that. The tryouts reach their conclusion, but Rice Shower is nowhere to be found. Later that night, I spot her out of the corner of my eye. Oh, she has no self-esteem. Oh, she's so sad. You're not worthless, you're cute. And being cute is the most valuable thing in the world. Yes, I am from the other day. I can be your hero, baby. I can wipe away your pain. You earned the above rewards. 20 carats. Alright, I'm gonna cancel this and I'm gonna try and do... the enhance. Now tell me like I'm dumb because I am. Support cards. Alright, I definitely click scout and stop. So do I go back? Okay, I won't click anything. Click scout and stop. I just would. It says support cards, so I click support cards. The tab with the icon scout on it, and then nothing. Now click the arrow that points to the left on the left-hand side of the screen. This arrow? Okay, now do I SSR guaranteed? Do I click on that? The gold button. Okay. Oh my god, why is it so hard for a bimbo in this world? I got Smart Falcon. What the heck? Should I scout again? If I have 3, can I scout another 2 times? Is that how it works? Okay. Oh, she's got big boobies. Wow, they're she's got some sweater puppies. A cracking set of puds, if you will. Super creek, more like big buckanakanas. Scout again. Scout. Oh, who's this? Fine motion. Alright. Well, guys, I have been streamed for 5 hours today, and that's actually, you know, 3 hours short of a full day at work. And it is the weekend, so I'm gonna go to bed. I might stream tomorrow during the day as well. I might do like another spooky Faruki times. Alright. Bye. See you next time, guys. Bye. Thank you.